Hello everyone, welcome to UM 081 and this is entitled Indigenous Creative Crafts. I am Attorney Lavelia Fe.M. Tacder and I am your lead professor for this course. In the entire subject, you might be hearing different professors and that is all right, do not get confused. This subject is 3 units and we will have 3 different modules. Before we begin, let us first decode Indigenous Creative Crafts. In this course, Drawing on Humanities and Arts, this course delivers insight into the Philippines' indigenous materials and their cultural importance. This course also explores the rich craftsmanship and artistry inherent in local ethnic identities, focusing on traditional arts and crafts, including weaving, pottery, and jewelry making. Each module, you are expected to come up with your summative assessment. For your course outcome under Module 1, you are going to present a compilation of traditional and non-traditional indigenous creative crafts. For Module 2, you will design an outfit showing a traditional textile pattern. And for your course outcome under Module 3, you are going to produce a campaign video to advocate for the preservation of local culture and indigenous arts. As an overview, we all know that the Philippines is a country deeply rooted in Southeast Asian heritage with rich diversity. We are composed of almost 100 unique ethnic groups, mainly Malay and Indonesian descent, along with Negritos or Aitas as our original inhabitants. When we talk about indigenous population, there is an estimated 14 to 17 million belonging to 110 ethno-linguistic groups, and these are largely untouched by Western and Islamic influences. When we talk about the preservation of our customs and traditions, we have the Northern Luzon and Mindanao, which are one of the regions that preserve their customs and traditions. Our remarkable craftsmanship are always passed down through generations in the Philippines, and this is what we call cultural heritage. As Filipinos are known to be creative, Filipino craftsmen take immense joy and pride in their work, using their art to tell the story of our country. And because we have a very abundant natural resources, our craftsmen can produce magnificent items reflecting personal narrative and regional culture. Creative crafts in the Philippines go beyond simple visual pleasure. They are expressions of passion and engagement, illustrating the artist's deep connection with their culture and their innovative manipulation of materials. But before we move further, let us first define what is indigenous creative craft. When we talk about indigenous creative craft, this comes hand in hand with respecting and nurturing indigenous art. Why do we have to respect and nurture our indigenous creative crafts? Because these arts are results of centuries of cultural knowledge passed down from one generation to another. Additionally, it reflects the cultural values embodied in the works and often works to preserve those values in a physical form. That is why we need to understand the importance of cultural preservation in indigenous art, because it is essential to protect these works and the culture behind them. What then is the definition of indigenous art? Indigenous art are crafts and artworks created by the local people of a particular land, expressing the traditional culture of that community, and is a source of living tracing back to the pre-colonial period. These includes the raw materials for the products created into different works of arts, as these are normally symbolic of the ethnic association of that certain indigenous tribe. And when we talk about indigenous creative crafts, we also talk about indigenous peoples. Indigenous peoples, as defined in RA number 8371, known as the Indigenous Peoples' Rights of 1997, indigenous peoples refers to a group of people or homogeneous societies who are acknowledged and lives as an organized community from a bounded and defined territory since time immemorial. We will be discussing more about indigenous peoples in our succeeding lessons. Thank you very much for listening and have a great day.